$0. Cotton, air, nothing in my bank account. That's you've seen the title of the video. Your girl is back in with another story time. If you're to my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't have to say anything because you know what's up. I know what's up. We know what's up, and that's on what? That's on what? That's on period. And Mary had a little lamb. As y'all can see by the title of the video and the thumbnail, this is part 2 of my last story time because a lot of y'all was like, Asia, did you get your money back or not? Did you get your money back or not? Like, what happened? What happened? So I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the part 2 in this video. And this video is not going to be long and drawn out. But before I get into this video, if you did not watch part 1, go back to that video. I'm going to link it down below and then come back to this video. So in the last video, I did start off by saying I didn't plan on seeing her again, but I did tell her like it was okay for her to pay me pretty much when she got paid on Thursday. But y'all, this was after the point of me literally paying for her ticket to get into this festival. And then once we got in, she kind of just slid that in there. Like it was never arranged in advance for her to pay me back on Thursday. Keep in mind, y'all, I told y'all that was on Saturday and homegirl was still outside. So when I did the story time, I'm going to say I kind of jumped into the story time and did the story time without having any background or knowledge or anything. So I honestly regret wording it and construing the story time the way I did when I posted it. So in this story time, y'all going to have more of an explanation and a reason as to why I did what I did. But let's go ahead and get into it. So leaving off at that story time, I told y'all that following day, I went to another event, and in that story time, I think I named her Sugar Baby. Sugar Baby was still outside, still at all of these events, y'all. Keep in mind, I follow her on WhatsApp. I don't know if y'all know, but on WhatsApp, you can literally see people's stories. So she was still like going places, still dining and still like doing things. And if somebody owed me money, I'm still not the type to pocket watch. I might be like, but I'm not finna like clock you anytime I see you post something. I'm not finna be like, do you got my money? Is it like, that's just not me. That's just not me at all. Like I said, y'all, it was $40. Like if I didn't get the $40 back, I was not going to die about it.
But you got my 40, homie. I thought you had $200.
For that following day, like I told y'all, I had made a little routine. I went to the gym. I went to my coffee shop. I was still going out. I was still partying, and we were all in a group chat. It was a Bali, I forgot what they called it. Bali girls, like one of the girls that I met there, they made a group chat, and every day they just kept adding more girls to it. So if they went to a function, even if I didn't go to a function, if somebody went to a function and they met a group of girls, they would just add the girls to the chat. So every day the girls would be in the chat, like, what y'all doing tonight? What y'all doing tonight? What y'all doing tonight? My cycle ended up coming on, y'all, and it had me in a chokehold. When I'm on my period, I PMS bad, y'all. I was in my bed all day. Like the first 2 days of my cycle, I was literally in my bed. I don't even like getting take out on vacation. I like to go out and like order food and sit at a restaurant, but I couldn't even do that because I was in so much pain. And it just so had it that 2 of the girls that I had met the day prior, we were all hugging and stuff. And I don't know how true this is, but I know that your period, your menses, it will sync with other women. My period came on like 2 days early, and I only know this because some of the girls in the group chat was saying like they out for the count, they wasn't going out tonight because their cycle had came on as well. So I'm like, damn, what are y'all taking for y'all cycle? And they're recommending medication. Like I said, y'all, we in a whole nother country. They had like ibuprofen and Tylenol, but it just wasn't the same. So the girls was recommending stuff. I end up ordering medicine. Fast forward to maybe like on the 3rd day of my cycle, I was feeling much better, and I decided to do work at this little what was it? Oh, let me back up. Another event came up, and at this event, y'all, I went to this event with another girl that was in a group chat. I'm not going to give her a name because she's not really a vital character in the story time. But let me just say, I went to the event. When I got to the event, y'all, I saw Sugar Baby at the event. And keep in mind, I'm not pocket watching anybody, but I am thinking like, girl, if you didn't even have $40 to buy your ticket to go to a festival, how did you end up with money to be at this event, y'all? Because this was like a high end bar, and it was also a paid event. Like I had to buy a ticket to get to this event. Like I couldn't just access this event for free. So we at the event, and I see her. Of course, I speak. There's no bad blood at all. We just vibing or whatever. Like she's her bubbly self, complimenting everybody. We just in the club, we vibing. It was literally giving. It really reminded me of college, y'all. It was giving HBCU. I'm gonna post little clips and stuff at the event. This is just us vibing at the event. After the event, I didn't feel the need to tell her bye or whatever because I didn't come to the event with her. I didn't plan to meet her at the event. I just saw that she was at the event because she was in the group chat with the girls. So, I said bye to the person that I came with, and I went home. That following day, I decided that I wasn't going out that night. I was just going to chill at I went to like a shisha spot. I keep forgetting her name, y'all. What is it? Sugar Baby seen my Instagram story, and she saw that I was at she thought I was at a lounge, y'all, but I was really at a shisha spot smoking shisha and just laying out or whatever. She swiped up and she was like, is that the spot across from Gigi Susu? Gigi Susu is if y'all follow me, if y'all watch the first story time, y'all will recall that Gigi Susu is the first place that I met her at. That's the spot that we went to after the yoga. That's like the breakfast spot that we went and we ate at when she was yelling, idolatry, that spot, whatever. This is the spot across from that spot. And I'm like, yeah, this is the shisha spot. And she was like, how is it? And I'm basically telling her like, ain't never taste shisha that hit like this before, y'all. Usually shisha make my throat start burning, or when I get done with shisha, like my throat is all raspy and messed up. But y'all, the shisha was so smooth, and it's nothing like in the United States. Y'all know when you can't smoke shisha for hours in the US. Once the shisha runs out of the hookah, then that's it. But in Bali, they give you free refills. I was at this place for like 4 to 5 hours, and they kept refilling it. And it's just like, if you're going to keep refilling it and I only paid for one fill, I'm going to stay here because, I'm grateful. In the U.S., we don't get this experience. So I'm just there vibing, and I'm telling her the shisha is hitting. And she was like, can I come up here? Can I come up there or whatever? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to be up here for a few hours. She was like, all right, I didn't eat anything yet, so I'm going to order food, and then I'm going to come up there. I said, that's cool. So y'all, I'm laying down, and I'm at the shisha spot. Maybe like 30, 40 minutes roll by. What's her name? Sugar Baby. She rolls up, and when she rolls up, she comes in with food that she ordered from another spot, and she starts pulling the food all out, laying it on the table, getting ready to eat. And she had like egg rolls, and I was like, can I have a bite? I reached to get one of her egg rolls, y'all, and the staff at the shisha spot, they come up to me, and they was just like, no. We're not doing that. We cannot have any outside food. If you want outside food, you're going to have to sit outside in another area. So I'm going to post a video of how the spot looked. Like the spot where I was at in the back, they had like lounge couches, and in the front, they had little tables. So I thought that the staff was telling her she needed to sit outside of this area and like sit where they had the tables. But really the staff was telling her she had to get the hell out of the place completely. Like she had to eat outside. They had little tables outside in front of the spot. But I didn't know that. So she wraps up the food and she goes out there, and then maybe like 10 minutes go by. I go to the bathroom, and on my way back from the bathroom, I noticed that I didn't like see her sitting at any of the tables. So I'm like looking like, where the hell she at? So I walk out the door, y'all. She's sitting outside the door directly in front of the restaurant, and she has an attitude. And I was just like, you good? When you get done with your food, do you want to come back in here, or are you going to leave? And she was like, no, I'm good. I just haven't ate anything all day. I ain't eat nothing all day. So I'm so confused where the hostility is coming from, y'all. So I'm like, why you didn't eat anything all day? And she looks at me and she's like, I don't have any money. Remember, I told you I don't get paid until Thursday. Mind you, y'all, now it's like Tuesday. She's like, I don't have any money. Like, I literally do not have any money. Like, I gave that man my last 140,000 rupiah. And I know y'all hearing 140,000 and y'all hearing like, oh, that's a lot of money. But y'all, that's like $8 on a good day. That might be like $7.49 when you convert it to USD. So she's telling me she don't have no money. She gave that man, she gave the driver at the time. I didn't know who she was talking about, y'all. She just said that man, she gave him her last 140. So I skip over that, and I'm just like, girl, I say I don't have no money all the time, and that don't mean I don't have no money. So when you said you ain't have no money, I didn't literally and figuratively think, oh, you did not have no money. You know how people be like, oh, I don't have no money. To me, I don't have no money means I'm sticking to my budget and I'm being strict and I'm not spending over this amount. It don't literally mean that I have $0, cotton, air, nothing in my bank account. That's not what that means to me. So I explained that to her. Like, how the hell I'm supposed to know that you meant what you meant when you said you didn't have no money? So she was just like, I'm just hangry. I told you I didn't have no money. And then I said, well, if you didn't have no money, why would you spend your last to come up here? Like, why would you spend your last on food? You need to go grocery shopping. So basically, y'all, mind you, she's younger than me. So I'm kind of just talking to her like woman to woman. I'm passing any judgment on her. I'm not trying to talk to her crazy, but she was kind of coming at me hostile. So I'm like, if you ain't have no money, then like, why are you eating takeout, girl? You should have ordered you something. And she was just like, yeah, you right. I could have went to the grocery store. And I'm like, yeah, the people in the group chat is saying that you can literally get a pound of prawns and meat and stuff for like $5 per pound. Like, not even $5, y'all. It was like $5 per 2 to 3 pounds because they found like a meat market. So I was telling her, I'll send you the information to the meat market. And she was like, yeah, I'm coming in. Let me just eat really quick. I'm just really hungry. Mind you, y'all, it was like 4 p.m. in the afternoon and she didn't eat anything all day at this point. So she wasn't really mad at me, but she was really projecting that energy towards me because I just happened to talk to her and she was mad that the people told her that she had to eat outside. So even then, I gave her grace. I overlooked it. I went back inside. I started smoking my shisha and I'm just laying out or whatever. And I'm just scrolling like on social media on my phone. Fast forward to like 20, 30 minutes pass by. She comes inside and she was just like, my bad. And she basically just breaks down, y'all. She basically just tells me that she thought that she was going to be able to make it. And she went into detail. I'm not going to go too much in detail because it's not really important to make the story time. But I'm going to give y'all enough so y'all can understand the adversities that she was going through and why she was doing what she was doing. She basically said that she literally came from somewhere like from nothing to nothing. Like, she could not afford to live where she was at. And where she was at, she was getting mentally and physically abused. And instead of her staying in that situation, the only way that she felt like she can get out is if she literally tried to start a new life for herself and move to another country. She had people that she can talk to, but when it came to resources and real support, she literally did not have that. And she said she came to Bali with literally nothing, like with the clothes on her back, and she was literally trying to pivot and trying to make a way out of no way, and saying that everybody in her family was saying she needed to save up and get an apartment and get this. But when she overviewed her finances, it just didn't make sense. And that's a lot of people's reality. A lot of people don't they don't just have the means. A lot of people are just hoping they get approved for government assistance or just hoping stuff works out. But the place that she's from, y'all, they don't have the resources and stuff like we have in the United States. So she kind of explained her backstory and the situation. And I was kind of just, talking to her, and it really hit home for me, y'all, because the things that she was doing, I have never experienced adversities to that extent, but I'm not going to say that I didn't see a lot of her in me. Like, I saw me and her, like my younger self. I used to be wild and reckless, y'all, and I would spend my last little $5, $10 on food and didn't know how I was going to make it to Tuesday to Wednesday until I got a paycheck, or I would gamble and have to make $15 stretch 2 weeks until I get to my next paycheck because times was rough. So I really connected with her in that way. So when she really explained her story and where she came from, I connected to that, y'all. So it wasn't like when I did the story time, I thought that she was just trying to be, trying to get over and be a vile person. But when I really kind of heard some of her background and her story, I was like, okay, this is just a young girl literally trying to figure it out, y'all. And sometimes people just need guidance. Like, they just need guidance. They don't need judgment. They just need guidance. So we had a long conversation, and the money that I end up letting her borrow money so she can get to the next payday. I told her she can go to the grocery store and buy ramen, buy this, and make it, rather than trying to do takeout and do this and piece like it literally didn't make sense. And some of the story definitely could have been bluff, y'all, but to me it wasn't really about that. Like, I had it in my heart and I wanted to do that, so that's why I did that. It wasn't anybody getting over on me. I didn't tell the story to say, oh my gosh, I got scammed. No, I didn't get scammed. I did what was on me and my heart to do. That's why I did it. Even then, like, I'm a realist, y'all. When it comes to like why you doing stuff, because to me it still don't make any, it makes sense as to why she's at where she's at because I know her story, but it don't make sense that you said that you gave the driver your last 140 rupiah, because God will never tell you to give somebody your complete last and now you don't have a way to get essentials. Like, it just, that part didn't make sense to me or whatever. Like, we talked about that, and that was literally that, y'all. Fast forward, after we had that conversation, it was literally just a really deep conversation of me connecting with her and telling her I see her. Y'all don't know how powerful, some people don't realize how powerful it is to be seen and poured into and to be supported. Like, a lot of people do not have that. So me being able to be that person for her at that time, I felt good about that, y'all. That was literally that. Like, I told her after that day, I was moving to a whole nother area. Like, my official trip was starting. So I was moving to like an hour and 30 minutes away. So I wasn't going to see her anymore. So when I moved to Ubud, which is like I said, about 2 hours from the spot that I was at, I didn't see her anymore. When her paycheck hit, y'all, she sent me the money. And that was literally that, y'all. That was that. She sent me the money and she sent me a little extra, y'all. She sent me $20 extra than what she actually owed me to get to her paycheck. So it wasn't like she was this malice person just trying to get over. That's why I said I did the story time, and then I really didn't need to do the story time to be a cynical person. Like, I hate to think that everybody's out to get me just because things that have happened in the past. Some people aren't really out to get you. And I honestly feel like it was one of those situations where she needed guidance, support, and just for somebody to keep it real with her. And it wasn't one of those situations where it was just like, let me just see what I can get. Yeah, she went about it the wrong way, and we all make mistakes, but that's kind of what I feel like this situation is. And I also do want to tell y'all, I don't like to speak about stuff before it happens, but it's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. Before I leave this earth, I'm going to have a nonprofit organization, y'all. God is going to provide and help me start a nonprofit organization to help empower young women. I want to start something where either I'm giving out mentorship, resources, or just having real conversations like this. A lot of us need help navigating through life. Like, we don't have mothers or we don't have cousins. And the older I get, I realize, like, we just don't have that. Like, the things that I think that I went through, if you hear some of the other stories and situations that people went through and they are still here, you will just be like, damn, like, imagine if there was, I'm not saying there's not nonprofit organizations, but I just feel like there's not enough places that young women can go and run to when they need help in life or when things is happening. So that's something that's like high on my to-do list. Like, before I leave this earth, that's one thing that I do want to check off. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if y'all have any other questions about anything, because I know y'all was asking me questions about just what I did. If y'all want my itinerary, I'll give it to y'all. What else? Yeah, I pretty much answered y'all question. Y'all want to know if I got my money back. And I don't know. That was pretty much it, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace. Mwah.